The Indian Removal Act by Shawn, Dwight, and Bryce. The Indians lived happily in the Indian Territory in Oklahoma. At one point, President Jackson decided that he wanted to open up more land for settlers to the west. With this, he passed the Indian Removal Act of 1830. The Indian Territory was where the settlers usually were migrating to. He also formed the Bureau of Indian Affairs. This was used to manage Indian removal to western lands. The Choctaw Indians were the first Indians to be removed from their territory. And many of them died from hardships such as disease and starvation or cold. Since the Choctaw removal sparked Indians to resist against the federal government. Indians had another theory. If they were to adapt to the white culture, maybe they would fit in with them, and maybe they wouldn't be taken away from their land. A Cherokee named Sequoia used 86 characters to represent Cherokee syllables to create a writing system for their own language. Gold was discovered in Georgia. Many settlers came to Georgia to find gold, and that meant that a lot of Indians had to be removed from their territories. Again, the Cherokees resisted. Supreme Court Chief Justice John Marshall agreed in Worcester v. Georgia. The court ruled that the Cherokee Nation was a distinct community in which the laws of Georgia had no force. But Georgia refused. In the spring of 1838, U.S. troops began to remove all Cherokee to Indian Territory. This was called the Trail of Tears. During the march, Cherokees suffered from disease and hunger, and almost 18,000 died. Chief Black Hawk, a leader of the Fox and Sauk Indians, decided to fight rather than to leave. By 1832, however, the Sauk forces were running out and supplies, and by 1850 they had been forced to leave. A leader named Osceola called upon his followers to resist with the force, and the Second Seminole War began. Some 4,000 Seminoles were removed and hundreds were killed. Eventually, the U.S. officials gave up the fight. Small groups of Seminoles resisted the fight. but a lot of them still live in Florida today.